Imagine waking up one morning and discovering humans can suddenly enter the minds of animals, not control them, become them. Now imagine the first animal chosen for the experiment is a rabbit. Cute, harmless, innocent, right? Wrong, because this rabbit is about to uncover something humans were never supposed to know. Tonight, we're talking about hoppers, and trust me, this movie looks adorable on the outside, but underneath, it hides one of the darkest and smartest animated stories in years. Hey guys, welcome back to FILMSCOPE US, where movies aren't just reviewed, they're experienced. Today, we're diving into one of the most surprising animated films of the year, Hoppers. And honestly, I expected this to be a fun family movie, but halfway through, I realized this film is secretly doing something much deeper. This isn't just about talking animals, it's about identity, isolation, human greed, and the terrifying idea of losing control over your own mind. And trust me, some scenes in this movie hit way harder emotionally than I expected. So today, we're breaking down the full story, hidden meanings, emotional moments, best scenes, animation quality, and that surprisingly emotional ending. And stay till the end, because the final message of this movie might completely change how you see animated films. The movie opens inside a futuristic city where technology has evolved far beyond normal expectations. At first glance, everything looks bright and cheerful. Flying, public transport, AI assistants, advanced laboratories. Classic animated movie setup. But immediately, the movie introduces one disturbing invention. A machine capable of transferring human consciousness into animals. Not virtually, physically, meaning humans can literally experience the world through animal bodies. And honestly, that concept alone is terrifying, because the movie instantly asks, if humans gain this power, what happens to privacy? What happens to nature? What happens to animals themselves? Our main character is Mabel, a brilliant but emotionally isolated scientist. And this movie does something smart immediately. It makes her relatable before making her heroic. She's awkward, overworked, disconnected from people, but she deeply cares about animals. And honestly, that emotional connection becomes the heart of the entire movie. One day, during a dangerous experiment, Mabel accidentally transfers herself into a rabbit, and suddenly, everything changes. Now this is where the movie becomes addictive. At first, Mabel thinks she'll return to normal quickly, but while trapped inside the rabbit, she discovers something horrifying. Animals have been behaving strangely for weeks. Birds changing migration patterns, foxes disappearing, predators avoiding certain forests. It's like nature itself is afraid of something. And slowly, Mabel realizes there's another consciousness moving between animals, something intelligent, something hidden. The forest scenes in this movie are absolutely gorgeous, and honestly, this might be one of the best animated environments we've seen in years. But underneath the beauty, there's tension everywhere. The movie constantly reminds you, Mabel is vulnerable now. As a human, she had power. As a rabbit, everything can kill her. And because of that, even simple moments become intense. A shadow in the grass suddenly feels terrifying. A distant howl feels dangerous. The movie transforms ordinary nature into survival horror. And somehow, it works perfectly. Now, let's talk about the supporting characters, because honestly, this movie would not work without them. There's a sarcastic fox who constantly jokes during dangerous situations, a paranoid owl obsessed with conspiracy theories, and a giant bear who barely speaks but somehow becomes one of the most emotional characters in the film. And the chemistry between them feels natural, not forced. That's rare in animated movies nowadays. Halfway through the film, the movie reveals its true true villain. And honestly, it shocked me, because the villain isn't evil in a cartoon way. They genuinely believe they're helping humanity. Their goal, using animal consciousness technology to control ecosystems. Imagine controlling predators, controlling migration, controlling evolution itself. At first, it sounds intelligent, then terrifying, because suddenly the movie becomes about power and how dangerous humans become when they believe they can fix nature. Now this scene changes the tone completely. Mabel discovers an abandoned testing facility hidden underground. Inside, animals are trapped, confused, scared, experimented on. And for the first time, the movie stops feeling like family entertainment. It feels genuinely disturbing. The silence in this scene is unbelievable. No music, no jokes, just emotional devastation. And honestly, that scene hit harder than many live-action dramas. What makes Hoppers special is balance. It balances humor, suspense, emotion, adventure, and philosophical ideas without feeling messy. That's incredibly difficult. Most animated movies simplify their themes. This movie doesn't. It trusts the audience to think. And honestly, that's why adults will probably enjoy this movie even more than kids. Visually, this movie is stunning. The fur animation alone is insane. Rain effects, lighting, forest textures, everything feels alive. But what impressed me most were the facial expressions. Even tiny emotional reactions feel real. And that emotional realism makes every dramatic scene stronger. Now let's talk about the ending. The final act becomes incredibly emotional because Mabel faces an impossible choice: return to her human body or stay in the animal world to stop the villain permanently. And honestly, the movie builds this conflict beautifully. You understand both sides. That emotional complexity makes the climax feel earned, not forced. And the final confrontation? No giant explosions, no superhero battle, just emotion, sacrifice, and truth. The final scene is genuinely beautiful, quiet, emotional, bittersweet. And honestly, I didn't expect this movie to hit emotionally the way it did. The final message becomes clear. Nature doesn't belong to humans. We are part of it, not above it. And that message lands perfectly. So, is Hoppers worth watching? Absolutely. This isn't just a kids' movie. It's intelligent, funny, emotional, visually stunning, and surprisingly deep. If you love animated movies with real meaning, this film deserves your attention. And now I want to ask you something. If humans could experience life as animals, do you think it would make humanity kinder or more dangerous? Comment below, because honestly, after watching this movie, I'm not sure anymore. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Hollywood movie reviews right here on FILMSCOPE US. And trust me, the next movie we're covering gets even crazier. Until next time, respect nature.